Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me on board this absolutely stunning boat. If you're looking for a boat to spend the weekend on with some friends or family, then this is a very good option for you. The quality on board is really impressive. The finish throughout the boat is spectacular as well. And just the overall layout, I think there's a lot that you're going to love about this boat. And of course, it's Dutch craftsmanship as well. So the finish, the solid build quality, the sleek lines. Now, before I do show you around, please don't forget to give the video a like. And I really would appreciate it if you can just tap that subscribe button as well. The more subscribers I get, the more boats I can get on. It's a really easy and free way just to support the channel. So let me take you around. As always, I'm very much looking forward to reading your comments. Let me know what you think of this boat in the comments. And don't forget to check out my Linktree page, which has also doubled up as my main website. There you will find all of my most popular playlists, including my Explorer and Trawler Yacht playlists, all of the boats I've featured that are currently for sale with a range of trusted brokers I collaborate with, and it's also how you can get in contact with me for some friendly advice if you're thinking about buying, selling, or even chartering a boat. She was built in 2023 and is powered by twin FPT Cursor 650 horsepower engines, giving her a top speed of 27 knots. So she really is a fantastic boat for speeding between stunning anchorages. If the weather does turn bad, then you also have the added peace of mind knowing that she has a CE Category A certification, so you are not going to get caught out when that inevitable squall comes in. She has a displacement of 21 tons and her aluminium deep V hull means that she parts a head sea cleanly. A deep V uses a steeper dead rise, typically around 20 degrees, plus at the transom to spread impact over time, which reduces slamming and gives a softer ride when it's rough, at the trade-off of a little more roll at rest and a touch more power demand. And CE Category A means she's been designed for conditions where winds may exceed Belfort Force 8 and significant wave heights are over 4 meters. In short, she is built for extended offshore passages with the margins to cope when the weather gets gnarly. So let's jump on board via this big swim platform here. There's plenty of space on here for your guests to come and sit down and enjoy the water before going back on board and having a fantastic meal or getting ready for a night out. Now we're going to go into the cockpit via this staircase located over here on the port side. There isn't one on the starboard side, so this is the way we get into the cockpit from the swim platform. So we take 2 steps up past the boarding gate just there to our right. Check out that speaker there, look at that, I bet that packs a punch when it comes to the music that you can play on this boat. We have an L-shaped seating area just over there to my left, but this is a very spacious, very well laid out cockpit. So you've got lots of room in here. You've got more seating just aft as well. So you've got a U-shaped seating configuration just over there. Note the other speaker as well under the seating. This boat is definitely not short of speakers. A nice big table here. I reckon you could quite comfortably fit maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 at a push, 8 people on there. If you've got guests on that want to come and enjoy some dining and whilst you're at anchor, then what a great place to come and sit down and enjoy the view. But look at the superstructure. It is very sleek. I love the profile of it. The lines are just seamless, very nice to look at. And that is pretty much the theme all around this boat, and you'll see that as we walk around the upper deck in just a second. I'll give you a sneak peek of the saloon as well before we go in there in just a second. As you can see, the quality and the finish of this boat really is impressive. It is like being on a mini super yacht. It really is. I mean, look at that, the size of that speaker. That's probably twice the size of my head. Anyway, let's go up this spiral staircase over here on the starboard side, come up onto the starboard side deck, Very wide side deck, lots of space on here considering the LOA of this boat. We have the sea rail obviously running all the way up to the bow. Have a boarding gate just down there to my right. But while we're here, let me just bring the camera up and pan around and show you that radar arch. Now, I'm not sure about you, but to me, this resembles a little bit like the tail fin on a fighter jet. Look at the way that kind of comes out and then angles upwards. You've got the same thing over there on the port side as well. A very nice touch. We have our Simrad static array radar there, and just above that aft we have the Furuno GPS aerial as well, and 2 VHF aerials up there. You could even, if you wanted to, you get some solar panels up there, so quite a big space to be honest with you. Moving forward, we have the sunroof, which has been slid all the way back, so that opens up that area there to some sun if you're lucky enough to have sun. Actually, today I'm inside the boathouse here at De Valk Yacht Brokers in Loosdrecht. So when we go into the accommodation area, you'll probably get an idea of what this boat looks like at night, because obviously we are on the inside. And I think every now and again, that's the nice thing to do, is to show you the interior spaces of these boats when the boat is in the boathouse, just so you can see what it would look like at night, really. Anyway, back to this boat, we have the searchlight just atop the coach roof there. 3 nice big windows, reverse raking windows there with a privacy glass, of course, but yeah, very sporty look. And you can see how the windows just kind of blend in seamlessly with the rest of the superstructure. It's a very, very nice design. Absolute beautiful naval architecture on this boat. Moving forward, this raised section of the superstructure allows us to get more headroom down below. You can see we've got some vents up here, skylight just forward as well. One of the things that I like about this boat is that when you are up on the bow and you're working the lines, you've got a lot of space up here considering the LOA of the boat. So if there's just 2 of you operating the boat, you've got one up on the bow looking after the bow lines, then they can pretty much access all parts of this boat within just a few steps without having to worry about bumping into anything or tripping over anything. So I think that is a very nice touch. I'll just bend down here, open this up. Under the hatch we get access to the electric windlass that does come with a remote. There's also a deck wash up here as well. I do like the fact that's stowed away on there as well, because it keeps the deck nice and flush and streamlined. I think it's yeah, a good touch to engineer that part below that hatch. Okay, let's come over here onto the port side. Again, we see the port side deck here, plenty of space. If I just slowly pan around, again, just so you can see the lines on this beautiful superstructure. Absolutely stunning. A very, very sporty boat. Something that I would absolutely love. You know, if I was lucky enough to have this boat and I wanted to keep it down in the Mediterranean and go down there for, you know, long weekends, what a great boat to spend some time on. Down here we have the filler cap for the fresh water tanks. Moving aft, you get another nice look at that very sporty aerodynamic radar arch. Very nice indeed. And as we step just down here into the cockpit, from this angle you can get a better view of everything in terms of the layout here. So there we go. Right, let's go down these 3 steps into the saloon. As you can see, we do have very big doors here that lead out into the cockpit. So when these doors are open, you have a very seamless connection in between the saloon and obviously the cockpit as well. Lots of cabinetry in here, very nice finish. A nice big arcing window there over on the port side. Of course, another one over there on the starboard side as well. So very impressive glass features on this boat. To my right, we have a U-shaped seating area, slightly elevated. Very comfortable with a fixed table there as well. And my Ray-Ban sunglasses on the table. And then moving forward is where we find the helm station. Let's step over here and sit down and take a look at what we've got. So first and foremost, 2 decent sized Simrad multifunction displays there. On the one on the right, obviously we've got the digital charts, and over there on the left we have the Simrad autopilot. that is on that particular screen, but you can configure these according to your own preferences. To our right, we have the digital control for the Simrad GPS. Just below that is where we find the control for the 3 wiper blades. And then over there to the right, just moving down, we have the throttle control levers for the twin engines. Moving backwards, we have a VHF radio just down there. And then moving forward, if you're wondering how you operate those massive speakers that you saw out in the cockpit, then there we have our Fusion controls for the audio. Moving to the left of the steering wheel, we have the digital control panels for the twin engines. Start stop just down there, and then moving forward we have the control for the bow thruster and of course the stern thruster there as well. And over here to our left we have a handheld VHF radio, and above that we have the digital control panel for the Webusto climate control on board the boat as well. But from an operator's point of view, if I just bring the camera just up to my eye level, you can see just how good the visibility is on this boat. As I pan around to the starboard side, you're really getting the benefit of this huge window. You can kind of look out and look aft and pretty much see all sectors of the boat all the way back down to the transom. If I pan over to the left, you get the same idea in terms of the visibility all around the boat. And as I pan up, you can see just how big that sunroof is as well. So that can shut within a couple of minutes. If the weather comes in and gets a bit gnarly, you can shut that up just as quickly as you opened it. But also from this angle as well, if I just spin around, bring the camera down a bit, you can see in better detail just how everything is laid out up here. I really love the indirect lighting that's underneath all the cabinetry there. Gives it a very nice warm feel. The finish on this boat is absolutely superb. She feels very solid. She feels like the sort of boat you can take out in the sort of conditions that would keep a lot of boats tied up alongside. And I think that says a lot about a boat when you can just sit on it and it doesn't move, even though there's a little bit of tide here. You feel very solid. You feel very safe on board. But yeah, let me know what you think of the helm station by sharing your comments down below. What would you change? What do you like? Like I say, I love these Simrad multifunction displays. Gives you really good spatial awareness in terms of when you are operating the boat, whether it's during the day, during inclement weather, or at night. Okay, let's jump up. I'll show you what is under here. There you go. We've got the controls there for the remote control there as well. So you can walk around the boat on the upper deck and control the boat using that. And in fact, Julian from the Vault, when we went out on a mini sea trial earlier on, that is what he used to control the boat when we left this tight space here. And he really made it look like no hard work at all. But credit to the guys here at the Vault. They know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, very, very nice. So let's step down here into the galley area. You'll see to my left we have a 4-burner induction hob. Plenty of counter space down here, countertop space to serve up your meal for your other half and your guests on board. You can see we've got more space behind these doors to stow away all your stuff. 2 plug sockets just over there, and above that we have another control for the Webusto climate control. Just over here to my left on the port side we have a porthole that can be opened up so you can get some ventilation through here, and obviously we've got a blind on there as well. Just below this part of the countertop we have our dishwasher, so a compact dishwasher there, more storage underneath that sink. And if I spin around, bring the camera up, you can see we've got our oven just up there, and beneath that we have a decent sized fridge. You could definitely fit at least 20 beers in there, I'm going to guess, at least. Okay, let's pop this open. More storage in there with a bin just below. I'll open this one up as well. You can see more storage that goes all the way back to the other side of the helm position. Okay, let's move forward. In fact, before I go into the cabins, let me just quickly show you this area once more, just so you can see the layout. I love the contrast of the black with the warm wood. It's very nice, makes it feel very homely. Over here to the starboard side, we take a step down and enter the twin single cabin. Earlier on in the video I was saying when I was up on the upper deck that when I film these boats inside the boathouse like they are now, you get a good idea of what it would look like at night. And to be honest with you, the camera on this DJI Pocket Osmo 3 is pretty good. You can see really how the lighting on board is really kind of illuminating all the parts of the boat that you want illuminated. The indirect lighting underneath the beds is very nice. We've got a reading light just over there and another one just to the right of me as well. So your head's going to be up this end, feet down that end. So when you get out of bed, you've got a good amount of space above you because it tapers down just to where your feet will be. But even down that side, there's plenty of space as well. Moving over here to my left, pop this open. You can see we've got some storage in there. If I stand up, you can see we've got the porthole with a blind over there. Little desk area here, or you can just set up your stuff whilst you're getting ready. Another digital control for the Webasto system on board. And if I open up this, you can see we have one entrance into the guest head. So toilet down there, sink over there, and a nice size shower as well. Plenty of space in there. Again, very well lit. Even though we're in the ensuite, it still feels like we're in something that is a lot bigger. The quality and the finish on this boat is very, very impressive. Dutch craftsmanship at its finest, without a doubt. Mirror up there so I can bend down and chop you off a salute and say as you were. Let's shut this door and we'll emerge out of this one. Back into the companionway here. I'll shut that door again and move forward into the owner's cabin. So really decent sized bed in here, almost like the floating bed kind of arrangement. Again, very nice use of lighting all the way around. We do have a drawer just under there. You can see the shape of the hull there as it comes up and angles out, both off to the starboard side and over there on the port side as well. Reading lights over there, but it's a very cozy, very nice owner's cabin for a boat of this size. You know, for a boat that you're probably going to be spending no more than, you know, several nights on board. It's incredibly comfortable, really is a very, very nice finish. I think if you've enjoyed a day out ashore and you're coming back onto this boat, you know, in terms of the finish in here and the feel, it feels like you are in some luxury accommodation, and that's exactly what you get with this boat. That luxurious kind of high-end feel coupled with that Dutch craftsmanship really does create a very special boat. Just up here we have another skylight, which is obviously closed at the moment, and then back through here is where we find the ensuite. So toilet just in front of us, sink over there to the left with some more cabinetry underneath, blinds over there with the porthole obviously on the other side of that, and a very nice shower. Decent sized shower in here. Take a slight step down so it gives you some additional headroom in here, but yeah, very, very nice. I've been on super yachts that have a very similar feel to this in terms of the quality. So yeah, you can see why these boats are so popular, especially if you want something for the weekend. Very, very nice. So that completes the look around the accommodation. We've seen the galley. I've taken you around the upper deck. All that's left, of course, is to show you the engine bay. Lift the cockpit hatch and you're straight into the machinery space. Twin FPT C9 diesels on shafts with just 100 hours. They're freshwater cooled with wet exhaust. The ship's power runs through a Victron 24 220 volt setup with a Northern Lights generator for the hotel loads. For close quarters, there are bow and stern thrusters, and when it's really tight, a Hydronautica hold position means that you can work the lines whilst the boat takes care of itself. When it comes to her tankage, she has a fuel capacity of 3,000 litres, which is around 790 gallons, and a freshwater capacity of 1,000 litres, which is around 220 gallons. When motoring along at her cruising speed of 24 knots, then you can expect a range of around 400 nautical miles, which is ideal for exploring the coast or doing offshore runs. At the time of uploading this video, she is currently listed for sale. To find out more, head to my Linktree page and scroll down to the featured boats currently for sale section. I'd like to say a big thank you to De Valk Yacht Brokers in Loostrecht for allowing me to come on board, and of course to the owner. If you have got access to a boat you'd like me to feature on my channel, feel free to get in contact with me. You can find all of my contact details on my Linktree page. Until next time, fair winds and following seas.